Hello and welcome back to Help We're Outnumbered, the parenting podcast that proves two adults can be completely defeated by four small humans in one bank holiday weekend.
What a bloody long weekend it is.
I know.
3 days, 4 days, it feels like. I'm Jay.
And I'm Em.
And today we're going back to a simpler time. A time before we were parents.
Before sleepless nights, before finding toast in your shoes or a car that hurts.
Yeah.
Before yelling, "Stop licking the floor," was a daily ritual.
Yep, a time when the only thing we had to keep alive was each other's attention.
Life was different, quieter, cleaner, and less sticky.
Snotty. Pooey.
Sticky.
Yeah, joys. So how did we get here, Em?
How did we get here?
Right, we need to go all the way back to 2007, right? So we were on a church youth camp. Mm-hmm. We both came from different groups, from different churches. You were in Essex, I was in Surrey. And it was New Year's Eve, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Everyone had to dress as a Bible character. Naturally, I came as the demon-possessed man.
Yep.
Because I had heard the story the week before. I had a bald cap, and I had obsession with tattoo sleeves. I finally got some tattoo sleeves, and I thought, wow, I need to put these to good use.
And do you know what? Honestly, it was disturbing, but quite attractive at the same time. Mysterious.
Like mysterious. Are we talking Peter Andre mysterious, or...? No.
We're going back that far.
We're going back that far. Meanwhile, you, Emily, were a cat.
Yeah, a cat. And I do stand by that decision. There are cats in the Bibles.
I'm still not over it. This discussion comes up in our house quite often. For those of you that don't know, there are no cats in the Bible.
Yes, there are.
It's not theologically sound. There is a talking donkey in the Bible. Whenever I read that passage, I read it in Eddie Murphy's voice.
You've got to.
But I don't ever remember, and I've done the Bible in a year, I don't ever remember there being a cat.
Okay, well, I did look amazing.
Yeah, I'll give you that. You did actually. Meow. Meow. Anyway, I was clearly smitten.
Uh-huh.
You were not.
Well, I liked you.
Liked.
Well, I love you now. You know that. Yeah. But it was as a friend. You were sweet but awkward.
Awkward. You were sweet and awkward.
Yeah.
Put that on my tombstone. He was sweet and awkward. I was in the friend zone, of course. Definitely in the friend zone. Pretty deep in the friend zone. I was on the board of trustees for the friend zone, I'd say.
You were persistent.
Persistent. Like stalkerish.
Well, I wouldn't say. I don't know.
Okay.
Not stalkerish.
I remember we used to, because obviously you lived in Essex, I lived in Surrey.
Yeah.
We used to chat on like MSN quite a bit.
Oh, goodness, you remember that?
It's good fun. And I used to like log in and log out of MSN Messenger just to try and get your attention. Like if I saw you online, I'd be like, oh, quickly log out. Wait a fefew seconds, log back in.
Do you know, I just remember thinking this guy must have a really crappy internet reception.
No, it was definitely my one move. It was 2009. Didn't have like Tinder or Snapchat. I felt it was a bit too forward to poke you on Facebook. I thought I better not poke her yet. So let's wait for that. So it was my one move. It's all I could think of. It's my one bit of riz.
And do you know what? It worked, and we stayed friends. Flirted a little bit, and 2 years later, boom, we reconnected.
We did. You were very flirty. Extremely flirty.
Do you know what? I do remember, and my brother can vouch for this. 2009, it was his first youth camp, Hazelmere. Yeah. And I remember we were on the car, and I literally nudged him so hard I punched him.
You mean on the car?
Well, in the car.
Oh, in the car.
In the car to go up to Hazelmere, and because we got off the train. Yeah. Sorry, I babble a lot.
No, it's fine. You go.
But I remember seeing you, and I nudged him. I was like, "Oh, that's Jamie. That's the Jamie, the one that I was telling you about." And
the weird, awkward, sweet guy.
The weird, awkward, sweet guy.
The crappy internet. You were slightly different though, weren't you? You'd gone like proper goth.
I had.
Like you had like the black lipstick and the fishnet tights and arm sleeves, whatever they're called. I mean, you basically look like a shadow. like Professor Snape from Harry Potter, but I'll be honest, I was into it. I liked it. And, you know, I was in that kind of like, please love me phase.
Well,
please love me. Like, but this time it worked. The charm worked, I'd say.
It did, but you were in that weird confidence. You were the good Christian boy who was wearing cardigans, bright t-shirts with matching glasses. Sunglasses.
Do you remember those like shutter ones?
Oh yeah,
like Kanye West used to wear, and you can actually see through them. Gosh, the cardigans. Can you imagine that?
I know. Now you just wear matching shoes with your matching shirts.
But we clicked though, didn't we? Even though we live 2 counties apart, like long distance from Surrey to Essex. I mean, it was bloody expensive in train fares. I remember it, £37.10.
Yes.
£37. It kept going up, but it was around about £37.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, 4 years of that. And I had a proper career path lined up. I went to college and did hospitality and catering, and I had this job lined up in a 5-star restaurant. But I kind of, to be honest, I feel like it was God calling me to something else, which was to this life that I've got now with you.
With the awkward sweet guy.
What?
The awkward sweet guy.
The awkward sweet guy, yeah. And like I then took a career in childcare and kind of went through all of the college work and got a job near you. Yeah. Which was amazing.
Yeah. I mean, by this point we're dating, aren't we? We've been dating for about a year. I mean, I thought I had the most perfect life lined up. Like, I was going out with the trained chef, training to be a nanny. I was like, oh, this is perfect. I mean, I'm still surprised you did that, I'll be honest. I mean, I am a catch.
You are, obviously.
But you had it all lined up. You had it all lined up perfectly. But it was just the beginning of, like, our real story, wasn't it?
Yeah.
We were, like, an old married couple before we were even married.
Oh, we were.
Just brought us closer together, like you moving here.
I just want to be near to you. Like, we weren't a party couple. We were more like a, let's go to the pub and talk about our dreams couple. Let's have a night in. Like, I mean, I'm very extroverted, but I've liked family parties where I feel safe, but I've never liked like the club sort of vibe.
No. Whereas I'm the introvert.
You are the introvert.
Parties, you're like on the dance floor. I'm like in the corner, like, reading the bottles. You know what's the ingredients in this Sauvignon Blanc. Did you say you just wanted to be near me?
Yeah.
Look, he sounds like the stalker now. Okay. Dreams and weddings, Emily.
Yes.
Dreams and weddings.
Well, we got engaged at 23. You know, classic church kid move.
Yeah. Let's get married early. The Lord certainly moved fast. But Christians always move faster, let's face it.
There we go. Like, we always knew we wanted kids. Big family. I'm one of 3. You're one of 4. We were ready. We wanted a family. We had the names picked out. Pinterest.
You had the names picked out.
I had the names picked out. I had the Pinterest boards, many of them, and I had the wedding plan written out on our 3rd date.
First?
No.
First. Yeah, I mean, it's like the story of our relationship. I don't have to do much. I just have to turn up. Right.
It's all sorted for you.
It's all like the names picked out, weddings planned, everything. You know, tomorrow bank holiday. I have no idea what we're doing, but I know you've probably lined something up, and I just need to turn up.
Yeah, we're going to a fair. There we go.
We're going to a fair. Nice. We thought, didn't we? We decided before we got married, honeymoon baby.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's go on a honeymoon. Let's make lots of love and let's have a baby. So that's kind of what we decided, wasn't it? Sorted. But life, Emily, had other plans.
It did indeed. Yeah. We didn't have a honeymoon baby, obviously. And every month we'd take a test and it would say negative. It became this really sad ritual. Like reverse Christmas. You're expected a miracle and instead you get nothing. It starts to mess with your head. You blame yourself or each other sometimes. It just, or even God, it got to that point.
It did. I didn't know how to fix it. I didn't know what to do. I thought it was me. I thought, okay, I'm not functioning as I should be. So I did what any emotionally stunted man does. And was it our first anniversary?
Yeah.
I brought us kittens, didn't I? I brought 2 kittens.
Oh, they were amazing. And to be fair, they did fill that void temporarily.
Yeah, I'm gonna put a disclaimer out. I bloody hate cats. That was a real sacrifice for me. That's a sign of love. It was basically my way of saying though, Emily, I see you, and maybe these 2 kittens here will poop less than an actual child, and they didn't talk back, unlike future toddlers.
But, well, life changed. We had a trip planned for my brother's wedding in Guatemala. So we decided we can't get pregnant between this month and this month because we need to get there.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to go pregnant. I didn't want to go with a brother.
And I've always said to you, our children are being born in Surrey. Like if you were close to the due date, we would never go to Essex to see your family. My baby's being born this side of the border.
So we relaxed. Well, I relaxed mostly. And yeah, we took the pressure off and we just enjoyed each other.
Just a polite way of saying we just wanted to enjoyed having sex again. Without the pressure.
Without the pressure.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then that December, so we're talking December 2017, my dad passed away on Boxing Day. We were in Essex, and I got the phone call from my mum to say that my dad had passed away, and he'd been unwell for a while with dementia, and it's probably the hardest thing I've ever been through. Yeah.
That season was dark. We were barely holding each other together. We wanted to, but we hadn't been through anything like this together yet, and we didn't know how to.
I remember that, like the month afterwards, just being like the hardest month. You're like autopilot mode. Like, I need to plan a funeral with my family. I need to do this. I need to do that. Death certificates, all that. It was just painful. And then, obviously, a month later to the day, January the 26th, we arranged to go around my family's house. You know, that first month around my dad, just to be together. But end of the month, you always took a test, didn't you?
Always, like routine.
Just routine. And it was positive.
It was
positive. You were pregos.
Honestly, I think I cried for about an hour.
You did.
Just happy tears.
I did. I cried too.
You did. Both of us did.
It felt like the world suddenly just like cracked open like an egg. Like something beautiful was trying to grow out of something that was just so broken. And I think I just stood there at one point like, oh my goodness, it actually worked. My little Jamie Jr. actually worked. It worked. It worked. Thank goodness it wasn't me.
Oh my goodness.
It was
Well, you struggled though.
I did.
That year was rough. That pregnancy, it was joyful, but also so hard. We were grieving. We were distant, and I think that was probably the hardest.
I think I was distant. You know, I was grieving, and honestly, you know, I wasn't present. Not emotionally, not physically. I was somewhere else. I was broken. I didn't show up. You needed me, and I was just vacant. I was just gone. And I think I look back now, and that's the part I regret the most. Is that was our first pregnancy. You never get that first one back. I regret it so much, just not being present.
But eventually, we kind of forced each other to sit down, and we talked. Like, we always come back to that communication. It's not perfect, but it's one thing that kind of saves us each time. Like, we sat there and had a, are we okay moment kind of chat.
Yeah, we always come back to that, don't we? I've noticed that. That's our pattern. Like, we talk. Like, even when it's messy, we don't always get it right.
Yeah.
But we keep trying. But we always come back to chatting to each other. Like, we call each other out if we notice the other one's struggling or distant or, you know, not normal. We always come back to communication.
Like, we know each other, but we're not mind readers.
Exactly. I mean, if I was psychic, I probably would have invested in Bitcoin in 2013 and put money on Leicester to win the title in 2016.
But then Noah arrived 2 weeks early. I still remember it.
You were at work, weren't you?
I was at work.
I was at work.
You I remember calling you, telling you Noah's on the way, and you had a meeting to
I was in a meeting, yeah.
And you said, okay, let me finish this meeting first, because I know how long first labours are. And I was like, really? God. Which, I stayed at my nanny family's house while in labour. And, we got to hospital. It was quite a long, drawn-out labour. There was a few complications. But I
was like, get to the point. Come on.
Well, the plan, I had a birth plan sorted. Involved music, water birth, the lot, I
had the fishing net ready and everything. I remember the nurse saying, like, you got to bring a fishing net, catch the poo. I was like, what? Hang on a second. This is not in the wedding vows.
That plan quickly died.
Yeah, birth plan. I mean, he didn't go to plan at all. He had no water birth. I mean, he came out the sunroof in the end.
Yeah.
The old C-section.
C-section.
I said to them at the time, just put a zip in. We're going to have more children. Just don't stitch her up. Just put a zip in. But honestly, one of the scariest few hours of my life. Actually, you know what? No, a few days. I remember being there for like days with you before and after that, in that really uncomfortable like chair. Like dads will get this. They always give you a really uncomfortable chair. It's like they're punishing you. But I felt like my back was killing me. I was in so much pain, so uncomfortable. I hadn't slept. I kept looking at you. I was like, I cannot complain. If I even complain about this, I know she's going to bite my head off. Because you were literally giving birth and you were in labour for what felt like days.
I tell you what, though, I do remember at one point, I was not sleeping because obviously I was in labour. Yeah. But I told you, just have a lie down on the bed.
I did, yeah, you did, didn't you? And I did lie down. Goodness
But then that midwife, oh my goodness, the way she told you off, I felt like I was in school again.
I know, I felt like I just like kicked a granny in the head. And the way she went off at me, I was like, hang on, all I've done is lie in a bed. Like, I haven't committed a crime. I thought she was call security,
But in all, like, I was terrified.
Yeah.
To be honest, I didn't know what was going wrong with my body. I felt a failure because I couldn't give birth naturally. And when they explained to me it was because my body wasn't dilating, I was scared because you're taught as a mum to not be scared of C-sections, but it's the last resort.
Yeah.
It's never meant to be the way. It's not natural. But I tell you what, as soon as we put that music on, and actually we had, I can't remember her name, that lovely surgeon.
Yeah, she was cool.
And she was singing along to the music, the Christian gospel music that I put on.
Yeah.
That put me at ease. And then when I heard his cry, our little Noah's cry, yeah, that was beautiful. Everything changed. Nothing else mattered. What did matter was the fact that I looked over the curtain and saw your insides. Honestly. I don't know why I did that. I think it was just curiosity, intrusive thoughts. I was like, oh my goodness. It was like, yeah, I think I saw your bladder and probably.
It was just awful. But then they handed me this tiny little human, and I thought, the first one I was like, surely there's been a mistake. You're going to give him to me. Like, I didn't know how to hold him. I didn't know what to do. I didn't have a bloody clue what I was doing. They just gave me his baby. I'm like, okay, how do I hold it? I remember holding the toy baby in NCT, but I'm like, this one's a little bit heavier. But then I remembered that's why I'm marrying a nanny. That's why I'm marrying a nanny.
But you look so proud. And also, I love the way that you were just trying not to faint.
Yeah.
I could see your face.
There's 3 things in life I struggle with. Phobias: needles, blood, and lollipop sticks.
Oh, yeah.
And 2 out of 3 were there. And vomiting, actually. I saw you vomit in a bowl.
Yeah.
So that's like 3 out of 4 things that I'm petrified of, all in one room. I was trying everything not to faint. Mm-hmm. Almost did with Eli.
Yeah.
Our second. I was sweating and confused. Like, someone had asked me a question and I hadn't heard him for the first time or second time, and I was standing there like smiling, hoping that was the right answer. But I remember everyone rushing to me because I just like sat on the floor. I'm like, get him some biscuits, get him some water. And I'm like, hang on a second. She's literally cut open. But yeah, get me some biscuits.
Oh. But do you know what? From that moment with Noah, you were all in. Like, messy, imperfect, but all in. And you stepped up.
No, we stepped up.
Okay, we stepped up.
Dream team, Emily.
Dream team. Sorry.
I've never felt so sure of who I was. Like in that moment, I realised I was a dad. I was a husband. I mean, I was already a husband, but I think it's just that realisation.
Yeah.
We didn't get married in the operating room. That'd be weird. But I was a man with something real to fight for. But you looked out of it. You looked awful. I'll be honest. No, you did. Like you were just lying there. Like I think you were drugged up your eyeballs and whatever they give you. You're like, oh, where's your baby? Where's your baby? The baby's fine. Yeah, we stepped up. Dream team.
We did.
Now, life didn't miraculously improve from that moment onwards. Like we've had lots of challenges, lots of ups and downs, but we try and navigate them together. Completely. And yes, like there's been highs, there's been lows, and some weeks where I think I feel like allergic to adulthood and kids. I think generally sometimes they actually do make me sneeze. But somehow we're still standing, Emily. Like slightly hunched over, but we're standing.
Like we're not here to say this is the way or even a good way. It's just our way. Like other people's stories will look totally different. Maybe you adopted, maybe you went through IVF. Maybe you're raising your kids on your own. But some people are navigating parenthood with mental health struggles, addiction, loss, grief. We see you, and we'll be touching on some of those later in the series. Yeah,
this podcast isn't all mushed bananas and bedtime stories. Like there'll be some real messier chapters, possibly more upsets and tears and swearing. Probably not swearing, but for now,
just focus on being the best version of you that you can manage right now. Like even if that's a version of you who's in yesterday's hoodie heating up pizza at 10 a.m. I mean, I've done that so many times. I love pizza. But because the kids have asked for lunch or breakfast.
Yeah, I mean, mate, sometimes we don't leave the house, like not for a deep emotional reason. We just don't have the energy, or we couldn't find a shoe, or we're out of petrol and forgot until we got in the car, or our bank accounts are empty. Like there's some days where we just have to like make do with what we've got in the house. You
just got to do what you got to do. Like, but we try together, and we've got 4 little whirlwinds running around, messy, loud, occasionally feral.
Yeah.
Occasionally, all the time. But we're happy, and that's a win for us.
Life's changed, isn't it? Like completely flipped on its head. Like look at Zara. Zara, our one of our twins. You're not the only person that calls me Jay anymore.
No.
Like you hear it in the intro, that Jay, that is Zara. Like life has changed. Like nights out turn into nights up. Going to bed early. Lions replaced by tiny humans breathing in your face at 5 a.m. asking if dinosaurs can burp. Spoiler, they can. Apparently. I don't know who found that out. I need to check with your brother. He's a paleontologist. I'll check.
There we go.
I'll ask him tomorrow. And kids will do that. They will ask you these questions just as you're about to nod off.
And look, it's okay to miss your old life sometimes. I know I do. Like the freedom, the silence, the ability to pee without being watched like a zoo animal. Even just going to the shops by yourself.
Yeah.
I feel like that is just such an understatement.
Yeah. I mean, I still grieve our spontaneous top golf trips. Nights out without the added expenditure of a babysitter or 2 to 3 babysitters in our case. Uninterrupted meals. Hot meals. And not knowing the name of every bloody Bluey character.
But that's life. This slightly chaotic, very sticky, deeply humbling life, it's got its own kind of magic. A magic you don't always see in a moment.
I like that.
Yeah. Usually because someone's just throwing yogurt at you or snotted on you. Just disclaimer, don't ever wear black.
Yeah. It's like snail trails everywhere.
It's disgusting.
I'm starting to think Phoebe might be half slug.
Oh, bless her.
But you can hold both things, can't you? You can like miss who you were, but
Mm-hmm.
love who you're becoming or who you've become.
Yeah.
Even if you're becoming mainly runs off like half-eaten kid leftover meals and reheated coffees in the microwave.
Oh, all the time. Like, parenthood doesn't erase you.
No.
It just adds a few new chapters. A bit louder, a bit messier, but a whole lot fuller too.
I'm probably written in crayon. It's true though.
It's so true.
Or snot.
Snot. Oh, but we'll leave you this. It's okay if you don't have it all figured out. None of us do. Like, we're just learning on the job, one meltdown and snack negotiation at a time.
Yeah, we're all winging it. Let's face it, we're winging it.
Definitely.
Like, some of us are winging it in pajamas with mystery stains on it.
But we're in it together, and that's what matters.
Yeah. And I also want to address, like, if you're in the stage we were in 7 years ago, waiting, grieving, doubting, we get it, we really do.
Mm-hmm.
It's messy.
Yeah.
It doesn't go to plan.
Yeah.
But there's so much beauty in the mess.
Yeah. Talk to each other. Cry with each other. Laugh. Maybe even buy kittens if you need to.
And when the baby finally comes, maybe, prepare to never eat a hot meal again.
Oh, yes.
Prepare to be used as a human climbing frame. And for the parents out there, if today all you did was keep the small humans alive and vaguely clean, well done. Well done. You're doing great. And if you showered too, you're a bloody icon.
Oh, that's a win. Like, we're not perfect, but we're present most of the time.
Unless it's soft play, then I'm spiritually absent. I just kind of sit there and zone out and imagine I'm on a nice tropical island. Honestly, soft plays are like war zones.
Do you know what? It's funny because I love them.
I can't, honestly.
I get so involved.
I stink. And it's noisy and there's no air.
I think you're going to the wrong soft plays.
Maybe. Show me a good soft play.
Show
me one good soft play.
Round the corner.
Prove me wrong.
But we'll see you next time. Thanks for sticking with us.
And if you didn't stick with us, fair enough. We get it. Have a lovely week. Enjoy your bank holiday Monday. If it is still Monday and you're listening to this, if it's not, I hope you had a good weekend or a good bank holiday. And we'll see you for episode 3. What we're going to be talking about?
Autism and ADHD.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
2 of my favourite traits in myself and our child. Great. Have a great week.
Take care, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
One kid's crying, one's got pain on the mat. Twins are teething and we can't find a hat. We're just 2 parents trying not to scream.
Okay, maybe a little.
But we're living the dream.